Queen Anne and Queen Anne Virtual Option Pilot Program families. We're so excited to have you here this evening. This is our chance to say hello, give you an overview of the year, tell you about our incredible school, and then we can look forward to the year ahead. Our assistant principal, Erin Taylor, and I are going to give a school overview and an introduction, and then your child's teacher is going to give you a presentation about what the year will look like in the year ahead for your child. So here we go. I'm so looking forward to having some time together. At the end of your child's teacher's presentation, if you still have questions, pop back into the space and Ms. Taylor and I will be waiting for you here. We're happy to answer your school-wide questions. So I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Janine Roy, and I'm the very proud principal of Queen Anne Elementary and Queen Anne Elementary Virtual Option Pilot Program, which is brand new this year. I'm so excited to be at this school. And my story is I am a Canadian. 5 years ago, I saw the advertisement for Queen Anne Elementary, and I thought that was my dream school. And I applied and I got it. And I also got a visa. And so here I am today. I'm so grateful to be at Queen Anne. My husband and I love living in Seattle. We have 2 children. My son and his wife are special education teachers in Victoria, BC. That's where home is for me. And my daughter lives here in Seattle. And I'm also the very proud grandmother of 10-week-old Henry Allen Roy. So I'm very excited to be part of this community and to be able to come from another country and learn so much. And I love this community. I also love hiking, walking. I'm a very slow runner. I don't cook, and I'm a very fast talker. So that's a little bit about me. And now I'd like to introduce our new assistant principal, Erin Taylor.
Hi, Queen Anne and VOPP families. My name is Erin Taylor. I have been in education for 26 years in a lot of different roles, most recently as a consulting teacher, so as an instructional coach. So I am all about high quality instruction, and that will be my focus this year. Let's see, I have 2 children of my own. They're in middle school and high school here in SPS. And so one of the things I love to do when I'm not at school is being outdoors in any way. So hiking, biking, walking, any of those are great for me. Most recently, I've been mushroom hunting, so that's been pretty fun. So I'm so pleased to be here. Everyone has been so welcoming, and I'm looking forward to a great year ahead.
Thank you. So for Erin and I, and for staff, parent partnerships are essential. You know your child better than we ever will. So you can expect that during the year, teachers and I might reach out to you for advice, to be our thought partner, and so that we can share the learning opportunities that children are going to have academically, emotionally, and socially. And so our partnerships are essential as we move through the year together. So if you ever have a question or a wondering, feel free to reach out to your child's teacher or to Erin or I so we can support your child in their learning and growth throughout the year. You can also expect that as partners, our PTSA is here to welcome you, our Parent Teacher Student Association, and they are our partners as well. And so we'll be offering evening sessions for parents and families as we learn and grow together on positive discipline and on learning, on reading. And so you can look forward to those different collaborative sessions in the year ahead, because we're all learning and growing together as we support your child. So to give you a bit of an overview, if you are new to the Queen Anne community, our school is all about our 5 pillars. Okay, and so that is what our school was founded on 10 years ago. So we are creative, we are critical thinkers, and we learn together. We learn everywhere. And we are citizens of the world as we are concerned, confident, compassionate global citizens. So those 5 pillars anchor our school. And if you'd like to learn more about our pillars, please check out the videos that staff and families created a couple of years ago on our Queen Anne PTSA website. That's a great space for information and ideas from Queen Anne. So QAE PTSA, that's a great resource for our families. At Queen Anne, you're going to see innovative teaching and learning. We base our instructional practices on research, and as new research comes out all the time about how children learn, how the brain works, how emotional needs impact student learning, we weave this research into what we are doing, and that guides what we are doing. So where you are going to see that teachers have been hired to be part of this research-based innovative teaching and learning practices. Everything we do is grounded in the latest research. So if you're wondering why we're doing something a certain way, please reach out to your child's teacher, reach out to me or to Erin, so that we can share with you the research that we're following as we are focusing on high quality teaching and learning practices in our classrooms every day. Queen Anne is also centered on social emotional learning. We are a leader in the district focused on social emotional learning. We base our work on positive discipline. And so in the weeks and months ahead, PTSA is going to be inviting in guest speakers about positive discipline so that families can learn about the practices and the language that your child is following each day. For example, teachers worked with classes to establish class expectations that are based on respectfulness and are based on the premise that we are aware, we are safe, and we are connected to one another. And so our equity-driven practices, grounded in positive discipline, will help your child learn and grow. It's very much a part of instruction that we're not just focused on academics. We also need to help your child learn and grow socially and emotionally. That's just as important as academic skills. And so that will be a very important part of your year, whether your child is learning in person or remotely. Project-based learning is an important part of Queen Anne Elementary, and that's how we differentiate instruction. And so at different times during the year, teachers are going to identify specific questions that are part of the science curriculum, the math curriculum, the social studies curriculum, the language arts curriculum. Weave those together, come up with a guiding question, and guide students through project-based learning initiatives. And we'll be communicating with families what that looks like. That may look different in person and remotely, but these are exciting initiatives that your child is going to be able to be part of this year at Queen Anne and at Queen Anne VOPP. So our school has a guiding question, and it is, how are we making an impact in the world? This guides everything that we are doing. So we talk with students about how they can be confident, concerned, compassionate citizens. We teach into that. And we're constantly talking with children, whether we're thinking academically, emotionally, or socially, to ground our work to make sure that children feel that they are empowered to make an authentic difference in the world. And that's an important part of Queen Anne and Queen Anne VOPP. Part of that is our global citizenship traits. So each month, we have a different trait. So in September, we focused as a whole school on kindness. In October, we're focusing as a whole school on being helpful. And so each week at our Monday morning meeting, which we have for in-person learners and for VOPP learners, we will be able to focus on how children can build those skills, how they can strengthen their muscles on being helpful, kind, determined, and responsible. And that's one way as to how we bring our school-wide guiding question into play. And that's also a way that we weave together the curriculum so that children feel that they can make an authentic difference in the world. And to do that, we need to develop our global citizenship traits. These become our superpowers that we bring to the world and bring to everything that we do. So how can you help your child at home? You are your child's first and primary teacher. You've taught them so much already, whether they're arriving in kindergarten or to 5th grade. You've taught all those skills about how they navigate the world, from how they're walking and talking to how they're getting along with other children, to how they are practicing being determined and persistent in their world. So I thank you up front for being your finest teacher, and that's why your child's classroom teacher will be looking to you and asking for your advice and to be their thought partner as we help your child learn and grow. So how can you help at home? Helping your child focus on the learning goals that your child's teacher focus on with your child, whether it's working on reading or practicing taking turns or how to be helpful. Those are learning goals that your child's teacher will share regularly in their class newsletters. And focusing on those learning goals each week, you can tape them to the fridge. You can talk about them at home so that your child knows that you are a partner in their learning and you're helping them to focus on their learning goals for the week. Okay, you could talk with your child about their weekly schedule and help them follow it if you are a virtual option pilot program family, or talk with your child about, hey, you've got art today, that will be exciting, or you've got PE today, that's an exciting thing to look forward to. So talking with your child about their schedule helps them build in their understanding of their routines. For children, routines are really important, and so that's why we work hard to establish consistent routines. And while sometimes we all know that routines can change, we do our very best at school to keep that regular routine because that builds safety and trust for your child. Okay, some things you may want to think about are having a family meeting at home so that you can copy what your child is doing in class. Your child will have class meetings. So at this point in the year, you could be asking your child, what's a class meeting like? What does that look like? Maybe we could try that at home as a family. And I'll be sharing out information in upcoming school-wide newsletters in the Queen Anne News for how you might want to think about starting family meetings at home. And we appreciate your support, whether your child is learning in person or in a virtual learning classroom. We know that it is your support that is so important. So your encouragement and support as they're going through doing nightly reading practice will be so helpful. So home literacy is so essential. We know that you have been doing this from the time your child is born, whether you've been singing them songs, reading them picture books, looking at comics together, having a family novel, listening to audio stories, watching videos together, going to the public library or going to bookstores. These are all ways that you bring home literacy into your child's life. You and your child can look forward to Book It performances that will be offered virtually in the weeks and months ahead. We're so excited to have Book It as our community partner. And there are going to be lots of times, both in person and virtually, when we are going to partner with you to bring literacy into your child's daily life. So you can help with reading by making sure that your child is reading at home every day. In the days and weeks ahead, we are going to set up home reading programs so that whether you are in person or virtual, your child will be able to regularly access reading sources for daily reading to happen at home. And we'll be setting this up with families in the days and weeks ahead. We want to make sure that children are practicing their reading because that's how they build their muscles. Practicing reading with books that are at their just right reading level is something that we're going to be partnering with you on. Teachers and I will be working hard to get just right texts into their hand, as well as dessert books, books that may be a little tricky for them to read, but they're going to ask you to read to them. And whether your child is in person or virtual, we want to get books in their hand and we want to make sure that they are reading every day, because that's one of the most important ways that we can help every explorer to become a voracious reader. And you can be helping with math. At home, playing a nightly math card game will really help your child. Counting the steps as you go from home to school, counting the steps as you think, okay, we're going to go from here to the front door of the store. What is your estimate? How many steps do you think it's going to be? So involving your child in estimating, counting, looking at patterning. One of the best ways you can involve your child in building those math skills right from kindergarten is, wait for this, get this, have your child help you with folding the laundry. Yes, laundry is one of the best ways to get young children to practice their math skills because they're counting, they're sorting, they're patterning, and then they're helping you put it away. And so I know that having your child help you with laundry is an unexpected way to think that you're helping them with math, but it really is a great way to get young children to build their math awareness and their patterning and sorting skills. And for older students, it's a great way to get them to help you. They can practice their helpfulness skills, but also math card games will be coming out in upcoming newsletters. So playing a regular math card game at home with a deck of cards or with materials you have at home will really help them build their math skills and their math confidence. And so I'll be sharing out this information in upcoming newsletters as well. So next steps, we are partners. We are going to be working together, whether in person or virtual, to help your child have a phenomenal year of learning and growth. And so Erin and I and our Queen Anne and Queen Anne VOPP staff are all looking forward to partnering with you in the year ahead. And so next step is you're now going to rejoin your child's teacher. You're going to hear their presentation. And if you have any questions at the end, you're welcome to rejoin Erin and I. We're going to be in this space until the top of the hour. So thank you so much, families, for joining Erin and I. We're so looking forward to our year ahead. And take care. And thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Goodbye, everyone.